Welcome back to this 3-part series of how to start a podcast. In this particular video, we're going to answer the question, should you start a podcast in this upcoming season of your life? And spoiler alert, the answer is yes. Let's get into it. In part 1, I broke down how to start a podcast, what to do step by step, some tips and tricks that I've applied into my podcast. I've hosted a podcast for 2 years. And in the second video, 2 of 3, I broke down 3 plus 1 bonus. So 4 mistakes I've made in 2 years of hosting a podcast. So, in hopes that you don't make those same mistakes, but at least I'm bringing some awareness to what I've done and how I've fixed them and what I'm doing moving forward in order to progress, get better, and give you guys the value and the content that I know you deserve. So, in this episode, we're going to keep it short and sweet. At least that's the intention. Should you start a podcast in this season of your life? And why do I say yes? One reason I say yes is because we all have a story to tell. And I think it's important to provide those stories for others to hear, to learn from, to listen to be entertained, to gain value and perspective from, because we're all unique. Everyone on this planet is unique. Everyone. I believe that, at least. And our authenticity and uniqueness keeps this world going. And hearing your stories, we may all do the same things or go to the same schools, learn the same topics, eat the same foods, frequent the same events, but no two experiences are exactly the same, right? And you could be sitting right next to your best friend and have 2 separate experiences. You just don't know. I may be having the best day of my life, and she may be having the worst day of her life because maybe the person next to her was triggered something in her. And maybe for me, this is reminding me of my childhood. I don't know. But on a deeper, below the surface level, we all have a story to tell. We all have skills and talents that we should be sharing. So even though I host a real estate business mindset podcast, I have a passion and love for basketball, women's basketball in particular. And I'm considering starting a podcast just based on my history with basketball, the lessons I've learned from basketball, how they've impacted my career and my life and trajectory today. And also just providing myself with a chance to talk about women's basketball as it's occurring. So when I think about that and my stories, and you hope that it can impact people, which honestly it really does. Even if it's just one person, we're creating ripple effects of change. I hope for the better and for the good, right? So should you start a podcast in this next season of your life? Yeah, consider it. Even if you just do 10 episodes, 5 episodes, 500, whatever it looks like to you, give it a chance. Give it a try. Go watch part 1 of this episode of this series and part 2, and then come back and answer part 3, this question, should you start a podcast in this season of your life? And I hope so. And if you do, please share it with me. Drop the link in the comments. So, tag me when you post and promote your show, because I want to hear it. I want to support you. I want to share your content with my audience, as long as we align, right? But for the most part, you should definitely start a podcast. I encourage you to. And if you need help with that, if you want one-on-one coaching, that is available. Just visit my website, transactioncare.com, where everything will live until further notice. And cheers to you starting a podcast. I know you are fully capable of doing it. I mean, there are a lot of people out here that shouldn't have a podcast, and they still have the audacity and the gall to do it. So if they can do it, you can do it too. So cheers to all the podcasters. You are a podcaster. 1, 2, 3, say, I am a podcaster. I am a podcaster. So with all of that said, my name is Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily. And cheers to many, many adventures in podcasting, in the world of creativity, media, and having fun. So with all that said, care for yourself, care for your wealth. Your time is worth it. Let's coordinate. Talk soon.